This goes out to moms part 2. As I was saying before, I had mentioned my ex. And I'm not going to go through the type of relationship I went through with this person. But my thinking is any woman, or man for that fact, who disrespects another person's mother, that person, honestly, is nothing more than a terrorist. Now you might say, now that's pretty extreme, right? No, it's not. Because especially when that person hasn't patted themselves up to be, or hasn't earned the reputation of being a mom. Okay? If you're a person, you haven't earned the reputation of being a mom, why are you going to cuss to scorn a person who has already passed away, who has played an instrumental role in raising her 3 boys? And I mean raising them. I'm done with that. Because quite as it is kept, I remember some stuff her mother used to tell me. And it came out something like this. The girl was immature. Not everything was working right up here, right? Okay. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm not even going to deal with that. Because truth be told, not everything is working right. Anytime it gets to that point. My thinking is, does anybody agree with me on this? You hate me, fine. I can deal with your hatred with me. But when you talk about somebody who was a mom, whom you don't even know, and yet, if anybody looked in your backyard, they would see your boys in jail, and one of them sitting up there living with grandma. You playing a role in raising your children. Well, I doubt that. Father's off to jail. Okay. Here's what I really want to put out there, because many of us has mothers and dads and all that kind of stuff. If you have a mom and dad, respect them, love them, because let me tell you, you only got one. Now maybe I know you're gonna say, you know what, man, I heard this all before. Which is true, you heard it all before. But let me ask you a question. If that person was gone away from you right now, today, what if you woke up tomorrow morning and your mom was no longer alive, or your dad was no longer alive, and you realized it? But yet the night before, you fussed them out, you cussed them out, or you rebelled, did this wrong, did that, whatever. Or you've been one of those people, like, you remember the little boy? I remember him in the news, the young man who killed his grandmother with a hammer. It sounds like my ex already, but like I said, I told you I wasn't going to mess with my ex anymore. But see, here's the deal. I would expect, but basically, I would expect that out of somebody, who is, completely lost, who don't even value life anymore. but not somebody who supposedly in my life who claimed to have loved me as an individual, as a person. But after the stuff I heard her say out of her mouth, I discovered she didn't even love herself, let alone me. I discovered she didn't even love her own children. I discovered that she didn't even love her own mother. I discovered that she didn't even love herself. And I don't care what anybody says, because that thing draws a certain type of picture. Because some of us look at it and say, well, it was just something that happened, and this and that. We can put this on it and that on it, and put this little tag on it and all that. But no, those kind of things are not just something that just happens. Like two planes crashing into the Twin Towers is not something that just happens. Okay? This thing was done by somebody evil, with evil intent. Do you understand where I'm coming from? All right. Well, see, here's my thinking. My thinking is, people can cover it up. The evil intent, people can cover that stuff up. And this is my point today that I need to really get out to you. If you have a mom or dad, love them. I'm talking to some young people out there today. If you got a mom or dad, love them. Because they are the mom and dad that's going to be in your life. And let me tell you, when that's done, there is no other. Because I know some of you are running around doing the craziest things in life you can do. To earn the respect of your peers over foolishness. I'm telling you, the dumbest things. I mean, really. A bunch of people who don't have a heaven or hell to put you in. And you're trying to earn their respect at the expense of your mom and dad, somebody close to you, whatever it may be, just to earn their respect, their so-called love. Well, if they loved you, or they cared for you, or they respected you, then you know what? They wouldn't go out of their way and praise you when they see that you're out of bounds or out of compliance. Especially as it deals with mom and dad. Now, see, I know that some of us, we don't understand. Because maybe we got a few screws loose or something. But let me tell you what I've come to understand. Because, let me tell you something, I'm not going to say I was a perfect angel. I fought my mother over some things. Now, I ain't saying physically fought her. I fought her over some things, mind-wise. I said, Mom, there's some things I either agreed or disagreed with. I would not ever go to blows with my mother, because that's disrespect to the core. All right? But here's what I would do. Mom, I'm correcting you on this or that or whatever. And there were times she had to correct me on some stuff. But let that die. If my mother were here today, you know what she would say? I could hear her saying these words. Let's hear ourselves Negroes. Or Negroettes, whatever you might be. Let's hear ourselves. I like that term. Here, this whole thing is based on moms. It's based on moms. You know, daddies come and go. You know? But moms will always be. It seems. Even though in this day and age we got some moms that come and go. And some dads that are staying around saying, you know what, I'm going to be dad no matter what. I'm one of those dads. You know. I'm going to tell you, the state, their mother, my mother, and a whole lot of others had fought against me that I would not even be in my children's lives. But guess what? Today I'm in my children's lives. Today my children love their daddy. Today my children are successful people. And if they're not completely there, believe me, they're working on it. And I'm proud of each and every last one of my children. You know, because they will soon, I'm telling you, be the greatest of the greats, if they're not already. This is what I'm talking about. Because, you know, I am love. And the Christ who kept me in love. The God of our world, Jehovah, is great. Today, I am happier than I ever been in my life. You know why? It's not because I got money. It's not because of this. It's not because of that. It's because I am walking in complete joy. And guess what? I'm going to end it on this note. I am over me. I am over me. Today, I walk in love. Today, I am love. Nothing else tells me that, except I believe it in my heart. And today, I believe it in my heart. This is Rodney with another Hot Rod special. Nano, nano.